Tired eyes look at you from underneath the brim of a hat.
Well, well, well. If it isn't my most dependable asset. Straight from Ignaz's talent factory.
Alcohol on his breath. He must have been going at it for a while.
Fancy seeing you here in our old hangout. Did you start to miss me, Herschel? Or have you come to... And what a coincidence that other members of our crew are here as well. Truly. I'm just having a taste. Don't leave me alone when I've had champagne and so forth. Luckily, I'm not having champagne, nor am I alone. We are here, living, are we not?
He has most likely had between 1 to 7 drinks.
Well, I am a de facto lead. I have my ways. Maybe it's another serendipitous coincidence. Once again with the hostilities, Herschel. I thought we were past that. But if we have a drink together, what?
You really shouldn't waste your time with this. This man should not be alone right now.
Here's to our successful assignment together.
You both knock back a glass of schnapps. It burns his throat up.
We've spoken about the cat, haven't we? Magnificent animal, yes. But who is asking? Who can say to me where are the places the cat should frequent? Or with whom should it be? You are no leading expert in cats. Nobody is. Or what do you say about the cat? To prove your expertise, Herschel Wilk, expert in cats, and hurting her old friend Ignaz. It is perhaps a drink to the cat.
It's maybe a good time to have a cigarette.
All right, Herschel. You do not have to tell me twice.
You down another schnapps.
Herschel, is this not wonderful? Old friends, together in celebration. I am saddened for the lack of a cryptonym, but life goes on. How did you like to work together after all this?
records found.
Great people doing great things, catching the leaky animals where they lay. Even bigger jobs await.
Is he alluding to something?
Once again, I find myself beset on all sides by baseless accusations from the people I love.
The woman eyes you warily.
Herschel, this is why you are a sub-lead. You have a lack of the imagination, but don't worry. We'll get you up on your feet. Perhaps a toast to the craft of secrets and friends? But what can I do if I like the taste, madam?
His eyes bulge out of his skull.
What a shame. Are you not proud of what you are, Herschel? A big spy. At the big spy's table. Ah, let us have a drink. Of course, my friend. The expert spy.
You both down another glass of schnapps.
Ah, do you know, Herschel, what else is happening? There is another secret. I know you will appreciate.
He was alluding to something.
The big leads are getting a bit stressful, even for a man of sheer talent like me. You've had it easy, me being your lead, sheltering you from the pressure, just so you could perform. How does it feel to be so well supported? Don't tell anyone I told you this, Herschel. But there's this individual, they call the Grand Lich. And well, he's coming here. Tomorrow, in fact, to this war criminal shrine.
Wow.
And guess who's part of the counterintelligence security detail on this highly sensitive assignment, working under Mr. Tesoro?
Oh dear.
Herschel, I only found out just a bit ago. I guess my talents of a de facto lead have been noticed. Herschel, you try, but I cannot say. I am not like one of those leaky animals.
He raises his glass to his mouth and drinks. Some of the schnapps runs over and drips on the table.
I call it my big break. The biggest job of all time. I go in the morning, very early. Just some gossip. Friendly gossip between friends that go way, way back. Let's keep it between ourselves and have a drink to the biggest.
One more drink and he won't make it.
Herschel, to big assignments.
You both down another glass of schnapps. You don't feel the burn anymore.
That hit the spot well. Herschel, do you know what? This is just like how I used to imagine we would do it. In the...
No reaction. He doesn't respond. No reaction.
How goes it, H?
All expression vanishes from his face. The wrinkle lines smooth over and the frown of
Say the word, H. I already told you once, H.
not one to make idle promises. Once is enough for Ramses.
I'm listening. So it's an assassination. Why now?
He keeps tugging at his beard, engrossed in his thoughts, before suddenly shrunk.
Still, it might just work, you know? To be clear, we're definitely not making it out alive. But that doesn't mean it won't work. You know? On a grand scale and all.
He gives a kind of shrug in which a slow.
The Lucians love to wage war without waging it. Keeping it all on their own terms. The only way to win against them is to just fucking not play their subtlety game. Otherwise, they win without you even knowing you were playing. That's how the dream fell, after all. Why not? People dress like them, eat their food, mimic their slang. They don't need to invade this place. Not in a conventional sense, but in the ways that matter, yeah. And if they were to stroll in, there'd be resistance. But the People's Republics could roll out the warships. Maybe claim Portofino, blood, ruins and all. But what's the point? You can't carpet bomb want. Thing is, what the Lucians are peddling, it's not real. All right, Hirsch. I assume you know the broad strokes. The dream was a beautiful clusterfuck. Guilds, federations, communes, all working together. Been that way since the 2200s, going by the old calendar. Since the death of Sultan Murad IV, the last of his kind, inshallah. Rustam fell because the world grew. It really is that simple. Modernity chipping away at it year after year. Final night, my people set fire to the dream. Every granary, every workshop, every field, every road. Victory. The fields were ashed and salted. The topsoil scraped away. Wells were blown up. Water sources buried under rubble. Scorched motherfucking earth. Yeah, my mom never stopped missing the camels her family released. Here's the takeaway, Hirsch. Every invading force has its terms. You want to fuck with them. You can't play their game. Yeah. Plus I figure I owe the Weeping Eye a little payback. think you know the answer to that question. I'm not working with that guy. Just no fucking weirdos, yeah, Hirsch?
He nods.
Don't be a stranger.
Operant? Something big is happening, isn't it? I saw how you dashed off towards Party Alley. You looked nervous. It had something to do with the ginkgo leaves. Right. I don't expect we'll be seeing you again. I suppose not. A shame. I know our relationship is strictly collegial. Still, I suppose I got used to seeing you around. Yes. I suppose you're right.
She takes a long, slow look around the little photo shop, as though committing it to memory.
I've got a demented aunt with an apartment in the Hill of Pigs. I reckon she won't notice if I crash in her spare room a few weeks. Now, I expect you'll want to get some rest. Come out tomorrow, fresh. That's right. Well, if there's anything else you require, I suppose I'll be right here. I'll be here if you require it.
Raw information atomizes itself. On the other side of the world, a phone rings.
Cascade. Tomorrow. So that means you got everything in order. Plot, tools, squad. We need to go through it, for the records. Ready when you are. To your chosen four then. Let's start with the easy one. You, Cascade. You will be knight errant.
To assemble and guide the rest.
Your cupbearer?
To stand by you, absolutely.
Who the hell is Kaleidoscope?
A long silence on the other end of the line. He's already turned once. He could just as easily do it again. That's assuming it's a legitimate defection, and not a double bluff from a vastly superior operant. The man has nowhere else to go. There is no one better for the assignment.
Kaleidoscope it is then. You're astronomist?
To reflect things in a different light.
Kindred. Lastly, you're full?
For a reason known only to the knight errant.
Radian. So that's Knight Errant, Cascade, Cupbearer, Kaleidoscope, Astronomist, Kindred, and Fool, Radian.
The names feel heavy, irreversible, marked in blood for offering.
And you're certain this is the squad? Once I submit this form, we're committed. You can't possibly expect me to offer an opinion on this kaleidoscope. I've only just learned of his existence. Radian and Kindred are experienced assets who trust you implicitly, despite what happened 5 years ago. Though that comes with its own emotional weight, I would imagine. But this is not my squad, Cascade. If these are the people you want by your side, then I would call it a good lineup. So it is. So it will be. Yes. What have you found out? Good. Very good, Operant. This is a lot to work with. Hold on. The guard detail. What do we know about it? The head of the Weeping Eye is there? In Portofino? Yes, that matches our own analysis. I wonder... Cascade, something about this doesn't smell right. It makes me think.
She should call off the assignment.
You're right, you're right. We both know what we signed up for. Here's my recommendation. Tomorrow morning, you, Radian, and Kindred will travel to the War Criminals Shrine by Aero Tram as early as you can manage. Kaleidoscope will follow later, on the same tram as the Lich and his entourage.
You only know it's gone wrong when a body shows up on the other side, punctured and bloody.
Once the Lich's Aero Tram has arrived, rendezvous with your two and plan your next moves. We're going to need a lot of imagination to pull this off. If this is a ritual, there must surely be rites to perform. With luck, you may even catch the Lich unattended, though I wouldn't count on it. Right. You managed to procure a gun at least. Good, so that's covered. Anything else on the subject of tools? How? I thought that was supposed to be impossible. If I recall, the Aero trams there have jukeboxes in them. I suppose you could rig one of them to play it, but I don't know, Cascade.
Hesitation in her voice.
I didn't say what you should or shouldn't do. This is your assignment. And? What's that got to do with anything? I'm happy for you, Operant. Very good.
A heavy silence falls over the line.
There'll be no getting out of Portofino by plane. The phones won't be safe any longer either. I can get you a boat. It's a signals vessel, part of the network that makes your magic box work. It's small. There'll be just enough space for you on board. Getting everyone out at once is out of the question, I'm sorry. Your squad mates will have to fend for themselves until we can arrange for their extraction. There's nothing I can do, Cascade. We're making it up as we go along. We won't forget them, but we have to work with what we've got. And what we've got is a single, very cramped boat. You're lucky we can get anyone out on such short notice. Our jobs, Cascade. There's a relay buoy in the Nos Correntes, international waters. It's secure and safe. Call me when you reach it, and we'll discuss next steps. A highly original thesis, also completely irrelevant now. Luck and skill, Operant.
A click in your ear, a moment of silence, then the familiar hum, somehow more empty than the silence. This must be Kindred's idea of undercover. She's dressed just like you when you first came to Portofero. A light pink flush on her cheeks. She has surpassed him.
Otherwise, though, just like being back when everything was nice. With me? What about Ramses? Cool. Got it, Hirsch.
Hello, mijita. We'll be opening up soon. Let me know if I can help you with anything in the meantime.
The woman behind the counter sucks on the straw of a large plastic cup with a ferocious-looking cartoon wolf topper. Red, black, terror. She sips upon Her Majesty, Tyrant Wolf. Red-eyed, cloaked in black with a huge spiked pauldron on one shoulder. She's older than the other wolves, but no less powerful. No trust, no mercy. Her heart's petrified in her chest. There's something furtive in her eyes, a hunted quality that feels wrong to see in a predator. She wants to nuzzle, but she is too proud, too tyrannical.
Of course. You stand with... The main shrine is dedicated to Canopus. Additional shrines have been built around the core to commemorate the deathless heroes of the Lucian.
Supplementary propaganda, lovingly committed to memory.
In total, there are 66 patriots enshrined here, from the earliest captains of the Lucian Armada to figures from more recent history.
66, like the wolves.
Wrong. This hill is joint Lucian Portofiran territory. As per the historical properties and heritage, It is a symbol of mutual peace and understanding, and it always has been. Every day, and at home as well. I have a little model of General Silva's shrine. He's my favorite. I'm afraid it was a limited edition item they sent us for the General's 30th Celestial Anniversary. You're a 66 Wolves fan? My stepdaughter is. Oh, and yes, isn't it clever? Lucian shows are so good at weaving history into their stories.
It's suddenly clear why, of all of their programming, the Lusians seem so eager to push the cartoon through the cultural blockade.
You know how it is. You wake up one morning and it's like, what have I been doing with my life? Well, I came over from Luz in the 70s, and I realized, I'd really missed it. So I started visiting the shrine to pray and think and reconnect. One day, the old shrine maiden dropped dead in front of me, and I took that as a sign. Yes, aneurysm, I think. Here, then gone. No pain at all, just a little blood around the nose. That's why they call it a calling, mijita.
She smiles at you again, but her eyes are cold.
Happy to be of educational service. Enjoy your visit.
What's on your mind, H?
Staring off into the middle distance, twirling a wire between his fingertips. Nothing in your asset's demeanor, or indeed dress, betrays that he's aware of your impending assignment. Fully recognizable. No pretense of cover. Your credibility as lead plummets in real time.
Whoa, you think I like this trash?
He changed his t-shirt.
Fucking, I'm into Plague, H. Have any of you ever heard me listen to this fucking underground shit?
In the diffuse wilderness of Ramses' cognition, the line between irony and honesty is blurred to non-existence. And in this liminal space, he is home.
I know you do. What, the adult L-pop fan?
A platonic loathing based purely on musical taste. If placed in a jar together, they would kill each other out of spite. Your asset doesn't answer immediately.
Shouldn't have brought her, Habibti. Probably none of us will be, H. But you and I...
All personnel have been briefed on a need-to-know basis and are sufficiently aware of the risks.
Fucking... competent, I guess? We used to beat up guys like that, back in Rustam. It's an act of love, Habibti.
In Ramses's imagination, Yelpop physically leaves Kaleidoscope's body in perfumed and colourful vapours as he is repeatedly...
I told you, H. Bound for the meat grinder. No problem. I'm down, H. But maybe you should. She might need the hang more than me. I'll be here if you change your mind. I am.
Wicked.
She turns to look across the city below you, visible through scraps of cloud.
The tram will be here soon.
More excited than nervous.
Yes and no. I'm just focusing on the assignment itself, you know? Not thinking about it. This is the way through. Life, time, history, today, just plain old today. I don't think you should have chosen me for this assignment. All your assets in Portofino must have wanted to come, and I can't be the best. So, why me? Is that true? Well, Hirsch, I always wanted to do something important with my life. Something...
Her yellow coat crinkles as she folds, then unfolds her arms.
Do you think you could put in a recommendation for me after this? With the opera, I mean.
She is principled, skilled, self-sacrificing, and the worst has already happened to her. Bring her in.
I already proved I can do the advanced cognitive maneuvers. I can be like
you, a self-loathing pity farm. A gust of wind blows her hair from her face, obscured so often that you forget how much she's grown, that the picture of her in your head is still no more than a child. You're going to get her killed today. The tram lines creak and crackle above you as the carriage lumbers into view, stained with mist. Embedded in the tram's back wall, a cracked plastic dome encases a single disc. The lock that was holding it closed has been bashed, broken. Someone's done the hard part for you. The way is open. Music for Trams, Volume 7. Not even the teenage ransackers had any use for it. A cultural maneuver from the president of the tram company. Teenagers no longer have to bring their own music to play obnoxiously loud. Privatization has provided the means of sonic production for them. Don't worry, you're about to bring it back. In style. The damage is mostly surface level. The obvious mutilation of the dome and theft of the discs. The graffiti scratched into the plastic. Beneath that, the machinery is intact. Its body has been broken, but its soul, it will do for your purposes. The plastic dome lifts easily. Its shattered locks jangle as it rises. Time to select the Song of Death, or the many songs of death. You can always decide on the most fitting one. Better to be prepared. If you have only one choice, you have zero choice. You slide the cartridge into the first slot and shiver as you hear the click of the machinery snapping into place. He gazes at you from below the hood of a pink ultravioletta hoodie.
I gave you my word, Bucko. I abide by the transfer rules. Reyes was definitely on this tram, flanked by a slack-jawed techno entourage. They all disembarked and headed for the shrine.
The man gives you a confused look.
5, including Reyes. Most of them are secret police. I recognize them from the secret treaty at Vanguard. But Cascade. One of the entourage was a man I've never seen before.
Your cupbearer tenses for a moment, then gives you a single, solemn nod.
Woman with red hair, on edge, pacing. A man with short red hair and an ill-advised monocle. Another with a heavy black jacket. Then there's the Lich himself and the man I've never seen before. Large, bald, wearing odd glasses. As for weapons, I counted 3 firearms at least. Pretty safe to assume they are all armed. Significantly. Well, let's take stock. Besides you and I, you've managed to muster up a youth with obvious PTSD and a latent drug addict. Many a preteen has been spiritually obliterated by the force of emotion ultravioletta conjures. Discount her at your peril. Regardless, if it kicks off as you say, I suspect you and I will be doing a lot of heavy lifting. There will be corpses of some description. Do you have a signal in mind? To kick off. This zero outside has a single exit. This aerotram. We need some kind of unifying signal if we find ourselves backs to wall. Could I suggest the jukebox? If we can't see each other, for instance, nothing like a song to rally the core for a final charge.
He motions to the music player beside you, wedged awkwardly into the space behind the back seats. It wouldn't take much to break into it and set your own music. At best, a distraction. At worst, a war cry.
I'm starting to understand that. Yes. Upstairs, all of them sat together around that table, which I found a touch odd.
Because no one ever sits near him on public transport. Nonce vibes.
Because usually security entourages prefer to cover off threats, not press their backs to the proverbial wall. I'm quite enjoying the reconnaissance. Thank you for having. How are you? More to the point. Good. We will. So, Cascade. Would we say I'm part of the.
A genuine question.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Long live the opera, or whatever the catchphrase is. We'll soon find out.
The vandalized take heart music box. If things don't go according to the plan.
Not gonna be leaving for a while. Sorry. Special schedule today.
She takes short puffs on her pipe, like she's trying to make it last. Is she in on this? Paid off, threatened, and
Sure.
you smoke in companionable silence. What is the plan here, operant? Make it brief then. Your quarry is already on the move.
Not much. Installation wasn't cheap either. It was a cool idea. Of course, most of them had the shit kicked out of them within a month.
The only reason the one on this tram is still functional is because it's the quietest route on the line.
Did you have something you wanted to hear? Not much these days. I think the novelty has worn off, to be honest. What? Like to pray? Never been up there, actually. To be honest, the place just gives me a bad feeling. Eerie-like. Bad energy is the key sack main line after a pelota final. I think it's just the whole imposing shrine thing. I'll stick near the tram. Feels safer somehow. Silly, I know. Not much.
The only reason the one on this tram is still functional.
Did you have something you wanted to hear? People either forget it's there, or just play whatever's already in the machine. But sometimes when there's no one on, I play my own music the whole way down. A shame there's not much to see. If there's a traffic jam, or a fire or something big like that, sure. There's people up here to watch too, and I keep a book under my seat for the really slow days.
Whatever book she's working her way through at the moment, it will remain unfinished. How is this useful, Cascade? Are you gaining anything from her that you really need?
This is the quietest route on the line. I'd say it's dull, but beats the Keysack route.
Your asset cowers before the shrine like a penitent monk, hands clasped. She looks up at the sound of your voice. The hue of her eyes has changed. Her pupils are an empty swallow in black.
He's here, Hirsch. Don't you see him? Recognize the man over there, Lucian. I know him from my interrogation. It was him. I'm going to kill him. Fuck the Lich. This will make it easier. Take out one of his fucking guards.
You barely recognize her voice, emerging like a stranger's from a haze of red mist.
I thought it was a good thing to improvise in theater. Don't do this to me. You can't act.
What the fuck? Hear her out. She pulls out a grey, saucer-shaped gadget from her pocket. Little bits of foam stick to it, and there are broken pieces at the side. She's torn it.
It's from the sleep study headset that you wore, the part that takes control over what you see and feel. I've modified it. Well, it tells the brain what to see, what to feel, what to do, right? So I click the sides here, and it thinks it's on someone's head. And it will tell the brain to destroy itself.
Necro-techno-sorcery. Or... hang on, no. She cannot possibly have tested this. No untested gadgets on your big assignment.
Obviously not. I don't just have spare brains lying around, Herschel.
Please, please, please let her try it.
The signal doesn't carry far, but it's designed to be worn, so it will make it through a layer of cloth.
Stop her. He may recognize her and sound the alarm. You yank the gadget from her hand and throw. She watches impassive as it disappears into nature.
Fine. Let's go back to pretending we don't know each other.
Wilderness has gradually crept over the shrine, like the earth is trying to pull it out of sight. The facade bears many wounds, chipped stone, deep gouges, a mask of red spray paint, deaf to strange cousins. The perfume of pollen, stale piss, and the dead plant lingers. Lichen grows where the sun hits, and moss in the shadows. Acid rain and thrown rocks have left pockmarks in the granite. From what you can see, the rest on this hill have been maintained, albeit to different degrees. This one seems to have been intentionally overlooked. It seems to sink back into the overgrowth as you retreat. The name embossed in the stone has been overgrown by weeds. Some dead reactionary. Who cares?
Lovely day. This might seem like a rather odd question, but are you by any chance ill?
That voice. It wafts out to you from some obscure recess in your memory. Carolina's nightmares.
Is something the matter? I was just asking if you were terminally ill. Sorry if that...
He tucks a strand of dank hair behind his ear and pulls softly on his cigarette. Once seen, it is obvious. He's not just an asset. He's a high-level operant for the Weeping Eye. Another conclusion follows. Half inference, half into... You look at your enemy for the answer, and a sardonic smile answers. He's known from the beginning. And if you have been spotted, so have your assets. Your mind flips through the possibilities. What is even within your power to do?
Yes? You've been staring at me for some time with...
He knows, but he does not necessarily know you know. This smallest of advantages you can retain.
Has all this talk of death frightened you? Is that it? Be seeing you.
The receiver awaits your hand. Someone has scratched Sanido Elu's into the pale pink plastic. The line disconnects without so... The receiver. The vending machine hums as if it were in prayer. The can makes a unfiltered for maximum. You turn away.
Hey, check this out. Just look.
A large horned beetle migrates the landscape of tempered glass. Its carapace sparkles deep green.
Nice.
Well-built, Lusian accent over large coat. Strategically positioned beside the phone. He's one of the Lich's guards.
Very cool horns.
For a long moment, the two of you gaze at the beetle as he staggers around his patch of glass. As you watch, another beetle emerges onto the glass. White, dusty, three horns in the center of its head.
Look, this one comes with purpose. We're lucky. They're here to dwell.
He elbows you softly, grins.
20 soul on the white one. What say you? Nice. Go.
The beetles advance, locking their horns together and rotating their prehensile.
White, dynamite. Come on, guy.
The white beetle maneuvers itself beneath the green, destabilizing its stance. Three of its legs wiggle in the air helplessly.
Aha! Not so good now, is he? Dynamite driver.
His beetle arms wave even more chaotically, in devastation at your insult.
Oh, you hurt his feel.
Despite you, the green beetle regains his footing, backs out of the other's grasp, and sends it careening.
Oh shit. You see him fly? Hope he lands good.
He reaches into his jacket and produces a 20 soul note, which he hands out to you.
Fine. I'll keep it for now. I'm sure.
The beetle raises his head towards you. Hoist this tiny, shiny man aloft. Show him the power of the people's love. Startled by your massive, apish metacarpals, he advances backward from the hands of his proportional body.
Farewell, shiny champion. See you around.
Leaning against a statue with his headphones on and eyes half closed, your asset nods his head rhythmically and blindly. Oral imitation of double bass blast beats. One kick with two pedals thundering non-stop 30-second notes. He abruptly opens his eyes and thrusts the headphones in your direction.
Because it's sick.
The likelihood that he is playing a cover instead of having merely lost the plot drops by the sentence.
I think you'll dig it. Not,
He clicks play. Ambient sounds fill your ears. Birds and muffled footsteps. From somewhere inside the mist of faint background sounds emerges, faintly, a deep voice. Its timbre distinctive even as its words are unintelligible.
Nunca and I had not.
Before, I... I really think you'll dig...
Your asset extends the headphones toward.
I think you'll dig it.
It clicks play. Ambient sounds fill your ears. From somewhere.
Nunca and had not. Before,
Though still quieter than the soft noises surrounding it, you focus on the voice.
you know, apparently, related by blood to him, era el Domingo Encalada.
My ancestors, they... and follow the far. Olfactory cased.
Fully operational, your asset has granted you newfound surveillance capabilities, and you have no idea when he even set the bugs.
Sometimes I wonder whether we moved away from simple bloodline heredity. Of course, viciado, and yet... Perhaps very thought patterns that make me wonder this. Same fundamental insatisfaction.
Your asset raises a single eyebrow at you. Yes, these are your enemies.
Mention it to Marta. She seems affected.
Commander, the asset with the airy voice addresses his superior. Tesoro buen dia, the thousand-eyed golem. There is no one to answer your question. The only explanation is that the delegation is not what it seems. There is another motive behind the ceremony.
Your point is well taken. Trevor sometimes against us. No matter.
A crunch of leaves as they begin to walk away from the microphone. Ambient sounds once again.
When the day is over. Sick sound, isn't it? I thought you'd like it. That's why I record. Now, I think you probably need to get going, don't you?
He nods, closes. Head bowed, one hand raised and held against the statue in front of her. The woman in the military coat murmurs softly.
Severidad, embriágame de vuestra fuerza, alumbra. Y vuestra visión. Yes?
On the statue, a smear of fresh blood from her hand. Open cut on dirty stone.
It's nothing. I cut myself. Rock's sharper than it looks.
That stone is smooth. She did it to herself.
Why does this matter to you?
In the silence, she was part of the trio standing in front of the housing campaign. Goon.
Well,
The silence lies very heavy between you. The air quivers alongside her movements.
are you planning on just standing there?
A creature in perpetual movement. She quivers in her place, waiting. Maybe a neurodegenerative thing. Someone had to help her get dressed, probably.
It's the only worthwhile location in this city. One problem. You can see the rest of it from this vantage point. I despise coming here. The jail's been governed by the inmates.
An offhand reference to Portofiro's colonial past. A snarl twitches through her features, almost lost in the chorus of tin.
I am paying what is due. Respect. Yes. No. To all of them. Admiral Gutierrez was a great man, but he was only a splinter of the whole. A spark of the great fire. That was Anonimo. Cut is unrelated.
It is not. Nostrils flare, foot taps. Her arms cross and then uncross again. The blood on her hand is a desperate attempt to bond with a heritage not her own.
I am one. They made me one. Little whore. I don't have to listen to the words of some Portofiran. A slave racer who understands.
You've hit the vein. Now twist the knife.
Fool. I don't presume to be equal to the heirs of Anonimo. They are obviously superior. That is as it
She recites dutifully, without mistakes, but she is rattled.
I will bleed harder, not faster.
She stares at you, jaw.
I am from one of the liberated territories. I said liberated. Saint Olvin. The
Same place those old pilots came from. Different reality.
Enough about everything. The city is small, and I have tried to stay off its streets as much as... I'll be happy to leave it behind.
I believe this is where I'm supposed to offer you a deal.
The moment crystallizes, the world is empty save for you and your enemy. He's identical to his body double. A clean haircut and a good night's rest are all that separate his face from that of the man you killed a few days ago.
Whatever you want. Money, advanced techno secrets, forgiveness.
Your counteroffer is this. A bullet to his reactionary skull. As he attempts to straighten himself, he lists to one side, like a wounded battlecruiser. He could pass for a simple drunk, waiting around for his off-license to open.
I am sure, if that's what you want. Straight to business, then. I'll offer only this limp warning. No matter what happens, there will be no parades for your deeds here today. Good. When they eventually make a movie out of all this, you and I will be left on the cutting floor. Better that way, I think. My name is Dante Augustino. My title is Assistant to the Minister of Mass Culture. But really, I'm the Minister's body double.
Nice try. He doesn't realize that you know better than he does the fate of his body double.
Your purpose is to kill me, and my purpose is to die. I know my lines. Have you memorized yours? Dead? You've got it all backward. The man is already dead. You're just looking at this poor after image.
Circuits in your brain spark violently as they rebel against their own conclusions.
You do believe me. Dumb hand, unquestioning of its purpose. Okay, we'll work with it. Before we get to the action, there's just one thing I've been wondering. Where does the Weeping Eye find killers both disposable and professional? Ah, now that's a good line. You should use that. If anyone asks, tell them you came up with it yourself.
His mouth opens, but then closes again.
But then, who is it you think you are with? The communists? Intriguing. Let's keep the questions coming if you haven't got anywhere else to be. How long have the opera been in bed with the Weeping Eye? No. I think you've got our lines backward. It should be you explaining this to me. Of course, it makes a certain sense. Better optics, for one.
The operant bureau is plunging in the rankings with each passing moment. Relegation zone coming up.
Well, not me. It's poor Facundo they've got it in for. But don't tell them that. This whole ritual is Tesoro's darling. A techno-political sacrifice. A chance to knock off a hated rival. You're simply the hired knife. By the way, are you certain you're a communist? You don't look how I picture them. No. They want you to eliminate me. Or rather, him. This is what I've been saying. Disposable. Professional. Is that obvious? Bien. It was not obvious to me.
Your would-be asset Ignatz wasn't far off. All's not right in the enemy camp. Imprint on imprint violence. You're in the middle of an old mind attacking itself.
Yes. The House of Anonimo is rotten to the foundations. Big secret. Please keep it to yourself. You're saying I'm double booked, in other words? No, I don't buy it.
This old fool just wants to live. He's just trying to get under your skin.
The question, as I see it, is whether you'll play the part that's been written for you. Of course, we could both just fuck off. Because Facundo told me. He guessed Tesoro would make his move here in Portofino, outside the Empire's lines. That's why he decided to play a trick on him. Correcto. He worked it all out with some local smuggler. Or was he a bootlegger? Either way, very clever with connections, Facundo. That's bad news, my friend. I would say Tesoro's way ahead of you. In retrospect, I wonder how many times have Anonymous descendants played these sorts of games with one another? Maybe we're both part of another secret lineage of which we're unaware. In any case, I was bred to oblige. What about you? Oh, sure, absolutely. I've established that my role is to die. But what about you?
Your gun suddenly feels heavy. Or is it your hand that feels weak?
And what about them? Have they accepted it as well?
Kaleidoscope. Carolina. Ramses.
A word of advice. If you get the chance, you should kill them yourself. The Weeping Eyes agents will be very, very unkind. Excuse me? Please, this is unbecoming of both. Here you are weighing the pros and cons of summary execution, and you're talking to me about giant shrimp? Don't you see it?
Seeing something beyond, or absent from his immediate...
Why, you're the officiant. The priest, willing or not. It seems like a contradiction, doesn't it? Must be more trained killers in the world than I've...
He seems to be perplexed by his own question.
By the way, what is that? 9mm? Are you sure that's enough?
Somehow the gunshot takes even you by surprise. A sudden loneliness descends upon the shrine as you contemplate the corpse strewn on the stone. What was that about a body double?
Dull the blade and unsteady the hand. The Great Cascade makes her appearance at last.
Before you, a heavy-set form flanked by 2 minions. His eyes are scattered into the insectoid ovals of his 6-lens spectacles, his lips pursed in irritation. The man Kaleidoscope has never seen before. The High Conjurer.
The performance is over. You've done your part. Time to get off the stage. No amateur theatrics, please. You're in the care. And you're the operant called Cascade. Nice to...
Down the hill, your squad mates are being hustled onto the waiting tram amidst a small group of passengers. Hair curtained across her face, trembling violently. With fear, or maybe rage that the past should repeat itself so shamelessly. An easy gait, a smile just for himself. One last look at the view before he's ducked out of sight. Nowhere to be seen. He must be on the tram already. There they go. Your people. Constitutes the single greatest operational catastrophe in the Operant Bureau's history. Before you can move, a presence at your back. Rough hands across your body. He whispers something as he unceremoniously disarms you.
Exeunt. Curtain down. Look, the audience have already made for the exits.
He takes one last glance around, then turns to his minions.
Come on then, if we miss this tram, it'll be an hour before the next one.
Perhaps someone should go down and check on Boris and Irina.
They'll be alright. Irina didn't seem any more agitated than usual.
Meanwhile, the head of the Weeping Eye has been watching you. You see your face reflected back 6 times in his sextuple lenses.
There's something I've been meaning to ask, Operant. How did you earn your name? Was it just assigned to you at random? Or was it chosen with purpose? And yet, when humans try to make something arbitrary, they always end up affixing some...
Assignment compromised. Rating catastrophic. The day is lost.
I only ask because there is one thing that's been bothering me. A niggling matter I was hoping you might clear up. My name. More precisely, that name the Opera has seen fit to bestow on me. A good name has to suit the role, don't you think? The Grand Lich, I understand. Facundo worked hard to cultivate a certain mystique with his body doubles and so forth. I'm saying it's my horrible burden to look into the hearts of humanity and weigh their contents. I'd expect my epithet to convey, but 100-eyed go.
I think it's the eyes. There should be more of them.
Maybe that's it. It's just not that many eyes when you consider the magnitude of my burden.
This is good. Keep him talking. The jukebox. Signal. Fighting chance.
I do mind. Let's stay on the subject, please.
Just for a moment there, he was curious about what song you would choose.
The eye deficit.
So what can we do about it? Rushed concept aside, I think we all agree that number is the key element here.
More eyes would make even less sense.
I think 1,000-eyed would play nicely. Seems like the logic.
I think so. 1,000 is a number with weight to it.
The airport, naturally. There's an unlisted flight waiting to take us back to sea.
If you're lucky, you may be able to catch the cupolas glittering as we descend.
Of course, it's also my role to protect my brother imprints when duty takes them abroad, which is what brings me to this place.
He glances out the window. The city's...
And that brings us at last to your role, the doomed opera assassin.
Zero yourself out as soon as possible. You are high up. Defenestration is one. Lie. Draw it out. Time is not yet your enemy. The tram today is only lightly occupied. A handful of commuters, a couple of old pensioners, a few shopkeepers and small tradesmen. The shop girl nods her head, aware of nothing, lost in the same rock and roll dream she slips into every morning on her way into the city. A young boy, Traveling with his mother shifts nervous.
This is no good. You're going to have to keep better track of your lies. It's time.
As he looks at you evenly, his eye. The Imperialists are shaping new realities while you sit and do nothing.
What a tragedy. That poor Facundo relied on us for his protection, and in his massive fucko on our part. Deranged figments of a mind corroded by post-historical materialism.
The mind plays strange tricks on the dying.
Then let's return to reality. Your Grand Lich, our Minister for Mass Culture, was just shot by a perfidious opera assassin. That would be you.
Dread, realizing itself as vomit rising up the back of your throat. Could these be the sensitive, invisible fingers you've always felt, hovering?
Whatever you may be feeling now, take heart in this. You played your role very adequately. The rest of your fanatical kill squad? They'll of course have their turn on stage. You told us all about them in your signed confession. I'm not. The relevant...
Here it is, laid out. The logic of... Behind the man's gaze, the world turns against you.
In a few hours, we'll be in Cicatriz Frontera. There will be state media and propagandists from across the Imperio Illuminati. They'll expect another convincing performance from you. Max will make sure your camera...
The composed man nods and gives you a sad smile.
Your show trial will be compulsory viewing, I expect. The finale and the live executions will be a public holiday across the illuminated empire.
What about your friends? Do you not owe them for everything they've given and are about to give for you? The cable groans overhead. A pensioner in a tracksuit coughs into his elbow. The shop girl wearing headphones has closed her eyes. She must take this tram all the time. Wait, there, at the far end of the carriage. Your controller was right. Kaleidoscope has eluded the weeping eye's gaze. To them, he's simply a knife in your boot. You can turn this around.
Go ahead. It's good to make sure you've got your backstory down. You're right. I want nothing to do with the developed world, but Facundo has his own ideas.
Something about the way he says the name, Facundo. He's taken aback for a sliver of an point to the opera.
You misunderstand. In another world, Facundo and I might have... But there was something in him. A sign of psychogenetic drift.
There are times, even now, when he wonders whether the drift is actually within him. A secret tide pulling him even further from himself.
I suppose we would have made it up as we went along.
I would have liked a little more direction, personally.
Lucky for me, the opera seems to have reached the same conclusion via different means. Happy convergence. Please, I know my own mind. We've been doing this sort of thing to ourselves for a long time. I hope that cleared it up for you.
The head of the Weeping Eye looks at you for a long moment.
Right. Now that the formal...
He fudged something heavy on the table in front of you. A deck of weathered black cards.
Here. You sure?
We still have a ways until we reach Centro. Let's get to know each other a little bit. Entreaty.
Ancient Lusian game of divination uses a unique deck of cards. Turn the fascist superstitions against him.
You are the focus. Nothing else is necessary. I will play the ogre, the stars. You'll be the querent. This first card will help us see what you're made of.
He lays the top card up right before you. His face shows a needle grin suspended behind a glowing lure. An anglerfish.
The traitor. Empathy and charisma are its marks. This card indicates leadership, trust, predation. You believe that a thing cannot exist which has no body? Disregard for a material does not unmake it. You interpret the card literally, but in this case, that would mean your lungs are collapsing inside you. The card sees your power over others.
He shuffles the deck, then lays...
Second, for what you have made of your life, choose one only.
The prism. You turn the card in your hand to find another severed at the wrist.
It's as you said. The prism scatters light, degrades it, so that our meager sight organs might comprehend its truth. How did you know? You've suffered greatly. There's truth in pain. In some cases, ecstatic revelation. The world often shares its wonders with those least able to comprehend them. One of its cruel ironies.
He shuffles his deck and places 3 more cards.
Third, for your now.
You flip the card. Its face shows an acrobat, naked to the waist, performing a sword-swallowing trick. His chest is burned through to reveal a flaming blade in...
The clown. The cards commend you your discipline. You have a pocket full of tricks at your disposal. Too bad I've got more. So this is the level the opera is working at. Unbelievably disappointing.
He puts your cards delicately aside, then shuffles his deck rhythmically, like blades of a machine churning together.
Final. When all else burns away, this remains.
You hold out your hand for his deck. He raises an eyebrow at you in question.
A road switch. Unconventional, yet the allure. Undeniable. What? Ludicrous.
He snatches the deck from your grasp.
Ludicrous.
Movement at your peripheral vision. A final board tilt in your favor.
Requests anyone?
A few passengers turn their heads, then look away again. The man by the window spares him a disinterested glance.
I wouldn't mind a song.
We are well equipped with silence.
You feel Kaleidoscope's eyes on your back, his hand over the jukebox. Ahead of you, futures shear off each other. Your fate is preordained and preloaded. All that's left to do is cue the exit music. But everyone on this tram will hear it and be destroyed by it, including your friends and you. You have a screwdriver. Could always reset your hearing feature. The woman behind you was wearing headphones. Maybe she'd let you borrow them. Your squad is shoulder to shoulder with two weeping eye goons under their watch, waiting for you to drop the flag. But the enemy has your gun. You'll have to reclaim it if you choose that route. Reappropriation of Imperial-controlled property. Not a problem. Kaleidoscope's pink hood twitches in your direction. Good municipal beats.
A puppet of jazz. You may mistake it for jazz at a moment's glance, but it has no...
Fascinating. Whose hand?
The Department of Transportation.
Darkness. Thundercrack. He turns on his headphones and pushes the jukebox's play button. Speakers above you rattle to life.
Vacuous. It evokes nothing.
Kaleidoscope remains still, but alert to you, waiting for your signal. You're surrounded, outnumbered, unarmed. There is nothing in your future besides ritual humiliation and torture. So take heart. You have nothing to lose and everything to overthrow. The man by the window has confiscated it beneath his coat. Recover it, or die trying. And then when you do get it back from him, will you shoot him or take an opportunity to hit the golem. He hasn't been caught, so he must be. One gun against three is certain death. Two against three is a fighting chance. You need your gun. Too late to worry whether we'll live or die. Don't go out alone. You weigh up both your targets. That firearm is not his. It is not even yours. It is the people's firearm. The man reaches it first and keeps your gun firmly tucked into his belt, smirking at your desperate struggle.
Cascade!
Kaleidoscope's bullet smashes his face open. You yank your weapon from the dead man's body. The handle is warm and slick with his blood.
This is all ruined.
He flings his arm around to aim at your partner, pulling the trigger as he does. Close quarters working against him. No space to line up a proper shot.
Fool.
Kaleidoscope clutches his side, aims at the man and fires.
Believe the cascade!
You clamp the trigger. Nothing happens. It's the blood. Too much lube. Clean it off. Guns, traitor, black element. Tesoro Buendia levels a heavy pistol at you, point blank. A surprisingly fluid, graceful. His bullet rips through the flesh of your arm. Pain like searing light. You remember this, the first bullet, Landau. Friends counting on you then, too.
You have stumbled into this by accident. I created this. I will not allow this end.
The enemy is trying to provoke you. You have the upper hand and he knows it. You've heard shouting, gunshots. Impossible to tell what's becoming of them. His lips are parted. The photograph of you and your crew flashes against your mind. 5 years in the making.
End this cunt. Cascade or nothing.
Surprising, yet inevitable.
You did it.
We're with you, H.
The crew is forever.
Wish I was here to witness it.
The gun leaps in your hand. Bullet smashes glass, collides with eye, mashing it against the inside of his socket. 7 figures loom over him as he dies, unable to lift his head and meet their... Gunshots beneath you, fury and shorn metal.
Escape! We're allies!
Another gunshot from below. Carolina shudders, folds in two. Her body joins the others on the floor.
Gloria, a los caídos.
She spits on Carolina's yellow coat and looks up, trying to catch a glimpse through the bullet holes.
Be over. Be over now.
Hands gripped around Ramses' throat, all animal impulse, on the death ground.
Kill.
Try harder, fascist prick.
Go! Upstairs, the commander.
You're alone, fighting and dying alone. The enemy charges towards you, stained in your friend's blood. Badly, shot in the chest from what you could... anything vital and he'll be dead in minutes. Carolina, shot and left for dead. Ramses, fighting for his life. The Weeping Eye has hands around his throat, forcing him to his knees. He's losing. Only if you can do it from here. You have moments before the Weeping Eye is upon you. You have Ramses' death whistle. It can mimic any scream. What noise of terror can rally your kin? The world crashes back in. Not everyone will stay in it for very long. Time for last illusions. Who means more to you? Lips meet whistle. You blow with all you have left. But no actual noise is forthcoming. Just the leak. Ramses. A bullet slams into your hip, buckling you.
This time, for the M.
She snarls, lines up and up. The gun thunders, deafening. As the woman collapses to the floor.
Hirsch, you okay?
She is bleeding, but here. The city rises to greet you, a smoking mass of architecture. From this altitude, it looks like Portofino has been caught in a web of dark yarn. You turn towards the silent carriage.
Wow.
She nudges a chunk of person with her foot, curiously unfazed.
Yeah, no problem, Hirsch.
She winces and grabs her side.
Right, but yeah. Looks like most of the blood isn't coming from you.
She points at the dead weeping eye agent beside her, with a quick jerk of her.
She thought she'd killed me. And where's that other one?
Excitement sliding into her voice. This gorefest is a painting of her own personal revenge. Her eyes find the bloody corpse of the man who tortured her. She laughs.
Bye. Yeah, it's all right. Just my leg.
She shivers, smiles, trying to dispel an
I think I'm just gonna watch the clouds for a bit.
She exhales and turns. You blink against the cold air. Mountains ascend slowly. Smells like pine needle. Ramses's body is out there somewhere, lying on the rocks. Sheer rock and sparse coniferous forest. Nothing more. It's 100-meter drop onto sheer rock. Maybe one of these pine trees cushioned his fall. He's dead. The noise of the rail grows quiet.
We're almost back to the city.
You return to look out over Portofino. You hear the first horns and yells of city traffic. One more phone, one more voice.
Please tell me you have good news. Maybe. It's a start. The first reports made it to Novessa 20 minutes ago. Some dramatic shit appears to be going down. A running gunfight on a public aerotram between members of the opera and the Weeping Eye, to some kind of avant-garde ambient soundtrack. I hear they're still hosting golem blood of the sea. What is going on? I'm only relaying the facts as they come to me. So far, they're calling it typical opera gimpery. Must be the whiff of amateurism. One of the civilians on the tram you shut up, a young boy, he gave the Carabineros a highly vivid description of
Something you missed.
foreign woman, Mercian accent, highly unique sense of fashion. Sound familiar? I would love to, but it sounds like you might be overqualified for the operant bureau. At least you made it out, in the end. But that still leaves the object of your assignment, the Grand Lich. Did we pull it off? Good. That's good news for the big board.
You can feel the tension going out of her shoulders. Her diaphragm slackening as she straightens in her chair.
And what of your squad? How did they carry them? Damn. Who did we lose? Kaleidoscope.
This
Radiant. Lost.
Another form.
What about Kindred? Is she alright? Has she made it safely to cover? Right. That's good to hear. As soon as we're able, we'll get them out. Not a complete disaster then. Still, 2 unmarked stars. It'll be a long night at the Hyacinth Bar. I suppose we can mark this assignment complete. But fuck, what a cost. Whether we did or didn't is a matter for people with loftier responsibilities than you and I, Operant. Believe me when I say it's a relief to not dwell on it. I suppose that just leaves the final ranking. Yes, there's a new system we're supposed to use. The Z-scale. It's a new initiative. Supposedly a more objective way to rate operants' performance in theater.
Your controller mumbles something to herself. Is she due?
On paper, at least, it appears things went according to plan. The opera made a strategic partnership with one rival in order to neuter another. The Weeping Eye appeared to be undone for now. In theory, we come out ahead. Doubtful. There are other ragged facsimiles kicking about their infernal. Plus, our friends from Emter come out looking like fools. And the opera have reasserted ourselves on the international scene. Not bad overall. In my experience, there's never really any winning or losing in this game. At least it looks like we've come out on the top of the heap for today. Most would call that a good outcome. Regrettable losses and lackluster stagecraft aside, I'd call that a pretty solid performance. The grade is Y. Don't be glum. It's a very good outcome. In any event, it's the one being entered into the assignment file. But for now, you should get going. If If you depart now, you'll make the Eastern Republics by nightfall. Right. It seems someone tipped off the Guardia Municipal that your special asset has been aiding and abetting communism. Also, racial profiling. Neither of which are crimes, even in Portofino. Still, best for her to recede into the background. It's a kindness, really. V? Oh yes, her. I suppose she's doomed to an ordinarily extraordinary life. Depends on your Anyway, she's on the party censor list. Quite near the top, in fact. So if you never hear her music, it'll be like she doesn't exist. Naturally, I continue not to know who you're talking about. Although, I did see a strange report from Capoblanco. Seems a number of their low-orbit satellites have gone dark rather suddenly. You wouldn't know anything about that upfront. Right. I'll add some. I've never heard of this individual before. Who is it? This is a spy service, not a social... Anything else? Hardly. Once you get back to Novesta, we'll have the standard quarantine, battery of debriefing, physical examination, ideological decontamination, and so on. For now, best to lay low. Back to Novesta as soon as possible. Strange with the connection. The opera forgives.
Come on, honey. We'll take off running in our party shoes. The digital bird song of a signal jammer when you want your target to know they're being disrupted.
No, I can't. Jamming. Probably. Expect reprisals. Beginning shortly. Best to... while you can.
The receiver buzzes warmly in your hand. In the wiry nerves of the city you just left, ideologies crash against one another like waves. Across the... in an underground office in Novessa, in a secret recording studio on the far side of the moon, in a glass and steel fortress in the most expensive part of the most expensive city in the world.
Luck. Skill, Cascade. Now...
You land on me with lightness. So hard to feel anything you do. Release the sky, let the light go. Darkness from me.